Warning! The following footage for this review contains spoilers for Volume 1 of RWBY. If you haven't seen RWBY Volume 1 yet, I recommend watching it first, then coming back to this video. But if you have watched RWBY Volume 1, then this video is right for you. RWBY starts off with a rather strong and mysterious introduction to the world and also the setting that it takes place in, explaining that humans were remnants of a forgotten past and that was born in an unforgiving world filled with inevitable darkness known as RWBY, creatures of destruction. But later, mankind fought back in the form of warriors known as hunters. Badass people who wielded badass weapons that were way too big for them to carry in my opinion. But enough chit chat about that. The actual show starts off with a robbery in a store, where the robbers were stealing, dust? You mean like as in dirt? Oh no wait, never mind, they actually mean like magic dust. Okay, yeah, never mind. Anyways, the robbers rob dust from an old man and one of them happens to find a girl reading a magazine with her headphones on. But turns out the girl knew martial arts and beat the shit out of the goon with her, scythe. It's clearly too big for her. Like, am I the only one that sees this? No? Okay, never mind. I was just saying. I don't know, maybe it's made out of some sort of lighter than feather steel or something, but yeah, anyways. She battles the goon and faces the main bad guy, Roman Torchwick. Later on, she follows Roman to the roof as he's making his escape, and we get a glimpse of a particular character that I'll get into in a later episode. But in the end, Torchwick got away.
Can I have your autograph?
But not long after, RWBY gets noticed by a hunter named Professor Osmond, who identically is the headmaster of Beacon Academy. Oh yeah, that's this girl, I forgot to mention that. Gets bumped up a few grades and is now in Beacon Academy alongside with her sister Yang.
Best day ever!
Who ironically ditches her seconds they touch the ground. After that, she encounters Weishni. After an unfortunate explosion, she also meets Blake,
one of the largest producers of energy propellant in the world.
Finally, some recognition.
This same company, infamous for its controversial labor forces and questionable business partners.
What? How dare!
After that, she meets up with Jean Arc.
Well, the name's Jean Arc. Short, sweet, rolls off the tongue. Ladies love it.
Do they?
They will. Well, I hope they will. I mean, my mom always says that.
Charismatic yet lovable blonde, who is special by being average? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I've got a shield, too.
So, what did they do?
Whoa! The shield gets smaller. So, when I get tired of carrying it, I can just put it away.
But wouldn't it weigh the same?
Yeah, it does.
After that, the school holds a ceremony which pairs up students with one another to form teams.
What exactly is a landing strategy?
With this, we meet our first team, RWBY, which contained RWBY, Weiss, Blake, and Yang.
Retrieve the White Knight pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team RWBY.
Then after that, we meet our second team, Juniper, which consists of Jean, Nora, Pura, and Ren.
From this day forward, you will work together as Team Juniper. Led by Jean Arc.
Huh? Led by?
Congratulations, young man.
Whoa!
And finally...
Overall, I can say that the plot of RWBY is fairly relatable and easy to follow. But nevertheless, the plot has enough room to throw us a curveball and keep us in a loop. The characterization was the main part of the show that I fell in love with. Characters such as Jean Arc, who is a total nobody, is one of my favorite characters from the show. Making a character special by being average is a good twist, and I somewhat enjoy that aspect of this show. The emotional pull that this volume had for me was slim to interested. There were some characters that I loved more than others. For example, Jean Arc, I loved him more than my Ren, but at the same time, he had some sort of special skill to him. The emotional pull that this volume had for me was slim to interested. What I mean by that is that I was immediately brought by the feel of the show by its fantasy settings. But in terms of emotion, in the first volume, I didn't expect a huge pull from that aspect, so we'll just leave that alone. The quality of the show was, well, how can I put it in a non-offensive way? It was good. The quality of the show was good, but there was some aspects in there that was subpar at best. Like, of course I wasn't expecting a spectacle marvel from the first volume/season of anything. There were some aspects, like the way the characters walk or the way their mouth flaps, that kinda bothered me. But it wasn't that bad that it rendered the entire show unwatchable. Like, no, fucking I love RWBY. I mean, look at this! I mean, look at this! A fight scene where she decapitates a fucking bird? Like, that's fucking good! Anyways, lost my touch there. The overall creativity of the characters and the fight scenes are amazing. Every bit of the character designs were awesome, and the fight scenes were jam-packed with non-stop action. Overall, the non-stop action was probably the strongest aspect of the whole show. If I could give RWBY 1 a rating, I'd give it a Jean arc out of a Lai Ren. Fairly simple and also pretty normal for the first volume of an action show, but it's also special in that way that it will throw you a curveball when you don't notice it coming.
How very disappointing, Roman.
Whoa! Wasn't expecting to see you guys so soon.
We were expecting more from you.
Hey, you were the ones who suggested working with those stupid mutts from the White Fang.
And you will continue to do so. We have big plans for you, Roman. All we ask is a little cooperation.